Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Safety Systems, commercial and residential fire and life security systems. Just one of the reasons to call Safety Systems. Top-of-the-line equipment, professional installation and support, including monitoring and emergency calls all times a day. Safety Systems. Find out for yourself why I love this company. All right, 4 rapid-fire questions for the guys. I'm going to start down there at that end. Chuck Cavaleris, instead of a 58-yard field goal at the end of the game, should Tennessee, one of the better odds, should Tennessee have lined up and fired off another Hail Mary?
Yes. I mean, you're almost like asking a golfer to make a hole-in-one from 150 yards on a kick like that, because what's his record outside, like 45, 50?
Not good.
No. I mean, hasn't made one over, 47? And like Jimmy and I were talking about, he's never really attempted them. It's like when he tries one of these, it's to win the game or lose the game, like in Florida last year.
They did try. Who was it? Was the Florida game they ran him out there and he kicked the 55er that went
just
sideways?
barely right. Well, yep. So, I mean, it's just that's just not going to work. Your Hail Mary has got the better chance.
And even though that's a terrible chance too. But
yes.
Everybody,
You still got John Jennings.
Yeah.
So that gives you a chance.
You agree, Hail Mary?
I agree.
Yeah, I'd go Hail Mary too.
Yeah.
Hail Mary. Okay. All right, Jimmy, how concerned, I flipped you guys, so I'll go with you next. Jimmy, how concerned are you about the impact of negativity, both from fans and media? Boy, national media is going to, those guys like to stick it in and dig. How much of an impact is that going to have on recruiting for 2017 this February?
I think it can have an impact. And look, these kids read tweets, and when they see a fan base turn on a coach, when they see a fan base turn on a program, it makes an impact. And there have been some players in the past that have talked about going elsewhere. Now, is Tennessee the only place you have negativity? Absolutely not.
Right.
But it doesn't serve a purpose to help you in recruiting.
Very good. Will Overstreet. Tennessee is 5-3. They've got 4 games to play. They can still finish 9-3. Tennessee Tech, Missouri, who looks like they're on par with Tennessee Tech, improving Kentucky, who's now ahead of you in the East, and Vanderbilt, who beat Georgia on the road and played Florida well. What will their final record be?
Gosh, that's a really difficult one, because you see this team come out last night and the way they played, uninspired. Now you say they can't reach their goals. What are they going to play like in the next couple of games? I'm going to say they drop another one.
So 8-4.
8-4.
I think it's possible.
You still can reach one of your goals. You can. Florida can still lose at Arkansas, and
And
Florida
LSU.
can still lose at LSU, and you went out. You do it.
I get that, but this team couldn't take advantage of that last night.
They haven't shown that they didn't show they cared last night. Or, well, again, I don't like to say that normally, but when your coach says you played lethargic, yeah, they didn't show they cared enough last night. Bob Hodge, Jalen Hurd's clearly not himself, most likely injured. The guy was outstanding his first 2 years. People forget that. Now that he's not a running back. His first 2 years, the guy, he ran 1,200, 1,300 yards last year. Pretty good back. He's not the same this year. Do you think he'll return to UT or go pro early? And I ask this, I know what kind of year he's having. I ask this from a Marquez North perspective.
And I'm going to go from a Marquez North perspective. I don't think there's any chance that he comes back next year. I think he goes. He doesn't look like he's having fun. You look at him over on the sidelines, he doesn't look like he's having fun. I think he definitely goes. I don't care if he's an Arian Foster free agent pick next year. I think he will end it this season.
He looks like he's checked out the way Marquez North did, where he just doesn't really seem to care. I don't know if he was hurt last night or not, but he sure didn't play.
He's played like he's been hurt for most of the season. He just doesn't have the quickness.
I feel like the best thing for him is to go. I don't think there's any doubt that for him right now, mindset-wise, you're just not into it.
Check
and you're
and
ready
see.
to move on.
We got
Time
to
to move on.
We got to catch a break for 10 seconds.
Check and see what the depth at the tight end draft is next year.
Zing! Songs on next week. When we come back, good Lord, Sterling lost again. Poor guy can't catch a break. We'll show you the records, and there were 3 of us that decided to go with Chuck or 2 of us that went with Chuck last week, and we're smiling. Come on back, we'll show you the standings.